Hey, welcome back everybody, this is the Last Troy, and we're back with more Genshin Impact videos. Sorry for the quiet week, had a really thick work week, but that doesn't mean I haven't been playing with Hutao and C1 and Homa and all that fun stuff. I've just been focusing a little bit more on the stream as well. Link below if you want to join. If you have any questions, hit me up there. I'm on every night at 11:30 p.m. PST. But besides that, we're going to answer some questions here. What's better, C1 Homa? I don't know. We're also going to do a quick guide on dash canceling to improve your Hutao overall. So let's get to it. Alright, I'm just going to answer the question for you guys. C1 or Staff of Homa? I would say get the Staff of Homa if you're more of a casual player and just use Hutao for her auto attacks and her ult and everything. Because C1 is kind of a try-hard constellation. There's lots of weird inputs going on, not just through your fingers, but also in your head. So to get the max value out of C1, you're gonna have to practice a bit. So again, if you're casual and just gonna smack things, get the Staff of Homa because it's a lot more versatile. If you're a tryhard and really want the max DPS on everything, get the Constellation 1. Of course, try to get both. Easier said than done, of course. So Constellation 1 in a nutshell is whenever your E or your skill is active, you won't be penalized for your charge shot when it comes to stamina. That doesn't mean you're not going to lose stamina, because every time you dash cancel, you do activate a dash or a sprint, so you will be penalized there. C1 lets you go a lot more ham if you were to have C0. So your DPS is going to go quite up if you do master this technique. It is a little confusing. It does take a little bit of a brain training, but I did download a keyboard function below, so you guys take a look at that while I try to explain the dash canceling mechanic. So to begin, I'm going to show you without the E, and then we're going to go a little crazy afterwards, okay? So whenever you do your charge shot, you always have to swipe once. Not your credit card, but Hutao's going to do a swipe, and then you're going to hold down your input button, which is most likely your left click, until you do a charge shot. So you guys swipe, and like that. So to do the dash canceling is, you actually want to move in an opposite direction and press dash at the same time. So you look at the keyboard below, we're going to do the swipe forward and back, while pressing dash at the same time. Do it one more time for you. Bam. So now things get a little more complicated input wise once you activate your skill. Because you don't have an internal cooldown, which means you can just spam as much as you want, you're gonna have to be a little more faster with your fingers, and that also means faster with your brain, because Hutao doesn't have an auto lock mechanic while you're doing it. So you're gonna have to just kind of know where she's going and press the opposite direction as well as the dash button. So let's try this out real quick. So we're gonna try to do one cycle of the dash canceling. It's not gonna be perfect, so we're gonna go over tips and do's and don'ts right after this. Alright, so as you saw in that clip, it's nowhere near perfect. I got lost a few times, but that's just going to happen in the nature of charge shot spamming. Now, one technique that you guys can learn is to do actually a jump cancel, which is a little easier, but it's not as efficient because you're taking your feet off the ground, which means you have to wait for your feet to come back onto the ground to do another dash cancel, whatever cancel you want to do. So same thing here, bam. Just cancel whatever you want. That's a good technique to use when you're lost or if you're low on stamina. Alright, so some tips I've learned over the week. When you're dash canceling, it doesn't always have to be the opposite movement that you're dashing out of, but it's what I recommend, because if you try to dash to the side, it's going to mess up the targeting, which is already bad in the first place. Other tips, I'd say always start with as much stamina as possible before you go into charge shot mode, because the dash again will take the stamina, so it's not infinite. Just because you have charge shot stamina gone doesn't mean that your dash is going to be gone. Another thing I'd focus on is be careful and wary about cameras and where you're at in relation to the wall. A wall will mess up your day very easily, because the camera angle is very important in terms of which direction you're going to be dash canceling out of. And that's the video. If you guys have any questions, just comment below. I read them all. Or you can find me on Twitch every day at 11:30 p.m. PST at The Last Choi. So drop a like, comment, sub. If not, it's all good. Keep up the grind. We'll see you next video. Thanks, you guys.